Welcome back to Pet Project, everyone. We're joined once again with Becca Lawrence from the Lloydminster and Community SPCA. We're outside today because we're showing off something special, isn't that right?
Yes, yeah. Today we got two puppies off on show and tell today. So these little ones are Hugs and Kisses. So they came in together. We assume they're siblings. They're fairly same in shape, just a little bit different colored. But they're both pretty good, pretty rambunctious little guys. They're not a bonded pair by any means, but they're busy. So we're hoping to find them homes, whether that's with other dogs. We're not sure how they are with cats, but and we figure they're around about 6 months old.
Okay, so they're still kind of in the puppy phase, so I'm assuming
Yes.
they got a lot of that excess puppy energy. Maybe they could use a little bit of training, you know, probably
Yes.
a good choice for an animal if you are looking for something to exercise with, right? Obviously,
Yes,
that's
yep.
always a good option if you're looking for, you know, a reason to go out jogging every day. Having a dog is a perfect excuse to do that because you both get your exercise and, you know, everybody's happy. But
Yeah, absolutely.
certainly looks like they're a little bit more on the active side. So
Yes, that is for sure.
beautiful. And so, Becca, you guys had your big adoption event last week, and from what I hear, it went really well. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had forgotten to post what we did last week. So altogether, we had 56 adoptions in the last 2 weeks, which is fantastic. The vast majority of those were from the event. So the event, we were able to find homes for 43 of our cats and kittens and 2 bunnies. And so that we're extremely happy about that. You know, we had tons of great people coming in to adopt. And, you know, and some people, even that, you know, sometimes they just can't necessarily, I believe we talked about this last week, you know, sometimes they just can't afford that initial adoption fee, but, you know, they can save that money and put it towards anything that might pop up for them later on. So, you know, we had tons and tons of great people coming in looking for their forever family members, and even a couple that were a little bit better suited for shops and barns and things like that, and they were able to find their homes too.
Which is so wonderful, obviously, right? That's the whole point of this event is to, you know, get those cats out of the shelter, get them good homes, get people good deals, and at the end of the day, you know, everybody wins. So that's great
right,
to hear.
yeah.
And so obviously you guys have freed up quite a bit of space in the shelter then with the cats getting out. And from what I hear, you guys have also moved a lot of your dogs out of the shelter. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah. So I mean, these 2 little pups here, and we have a husky that are up for adoption as well. So, and then only really 1 other dog that's up on the floor for viewing. And we got a couple puppies in foster. So, you know, obviously we don't really have too many on the go right now. So that's really great. And yeah, so we do still have some on our waiting list as well. So I mean that we will be calling off our waiting list to get those dogs into. And then obviously tons and tons of cats that will be calling off the waiting list to get these stray and surrendered animals in as well.
There you go. So obviously, like, you know, if you're in the market for a dog, keep an eye on the SPCA because they're coming in. And perhaps if last week, you know, at the adoption event, you couldn't find the exact cat that you were looking for, there will be a new stock, so to speak, in the SPCA coming up. So, you know, cats, dogs, whatever you're looking for, keep an eye out, see as they come into the shelter, and you might find, you know, the perfect fit for yourself, which would be wonderful. And so real quick here as well, Becca, just to close it off, you guys had a post this week on your Instagram, which was super adorable and kind of brings to light, you know, a little bit of the extra work that you guys do, which is to help some really needy animals as far as medical care goes. So you guys had a cute little bearded dragon who had some health problems recently, and you posted about it on your Instagram. The name was Ember. So why don't we talk about them a little bit here?
Yeah, so Ember, you know, he came in seemingly quite healthy, bearded dragon. And, you know, just as from watching him and making sure, you know, checking the medical assessments, things like that, we found out that the end of his tail had begun to rot. So, you know, just one of those things that pops up sometimes. So that is a huge part of our medical fund. So those are the special cases that we put that money aside for, is to treat animals like that, any animal that might need an amputation or anything extra other than a regular spay and neuter. So animals like Ember, so that they can carry on and go find their forever home still. and just so that we can give them the extra help.
Yeah, so there you go, everybody. If, like obviously when you make a donation to the SPCA, you're helping, you're saving animal lives, but this is a way that you very specifically are, helping an animal who's in extra special need. So that is a great option if you really want to feel good about where your money is going. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have this week. I want to thank you, Becca. I want to thank the puppies for stopping by and saying hi. And we will be sure to speak with you guys again next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Manage your waste and recyclables with Quick Pick Waste Disposal. 100% locally owned and proud to serve and support the communities we call home. Quick Pick, the convenient solution to avoid pollution.